Hello, I'm Luke Kneller and welcome to Best Replays of the Week. In today's episode, we have a Swede on Malinovka versus two unlikely platoon mates. But before we begin, a reminder to send us your replays for your chance to be on the show and earn our unique Best Replays of the Week style. The more the merrier, so get to it. Roll out. Kicking things off with Snow de Flakes in the mighty Object 260 on Sand River. In a fierce fight, whilst outnumbered and outgunned, our Snowflake manages to blunt the enemy advance, expertly pincering the remainder of the push. And finish off the game with two stragglers who forgot to pay their internet bill, all whilst being kind enough to allow the remaining friendly to complete their mission. How sporting! Settling for a Confederate medal with 5 kills, almost 10k damage, and 1,378 base XP, Snow de Flakes is our first honourable mention of the week. We swiftly move on to Corn de Flakes, no relation, in another Soviet behemoth. The double-barreled IS-32 packs one hell of a punch, and its strong turret is just perfect for the gentle Malinovka hill. Halfway through the battle and our hero has already dealt an impressive 7.5k damage. In the final 1v2 showdown, it is our Cornflake who's victorious. GG. Another Confederate medal and another almost 10k damage gain. Corn de Flakes stands tall compared to both sides of the scoreboard. Lastly, we have a new kid on the block, French medium tank Brask. Our hero is Sokar Easy Carry. The map is clip and it doesn't take long for the first enemy to feel the sting of this 2-shot autoloader. Small in profile but packing a big punch, it is perfect for assassinating unsuspecting enemies. A fact proven by scoring 10 kills all in the same fashion. And with not only 1 but 2 epic medals, 7k damage and 2017 base experience, Sokar killed it. This game makes me regret not spending time getting the tank. But now we move on to our stars of the show. P-Tank 24 Czech takes to the field in the Swedish Tier 8 premium tank, the Lansen C. Unusual for a high-tier tank in the Swedish tech tree, this one does not sport hydraulic suspension or sloped armour. Nevertheless, the punchy 105mm gun is a force to be reckoned with. Especially on the Prokhorovka hill with enemies lining up one after another. Got to watch out for that arty though, with no solid cover in sight, unpredictable movement is the only hope of dodging their shells. Even more enemies in the open? Well, don't mind if I do. Bush fades in, bush fades out. Never a miscommunication. Busted! The sixth sense goes off and with no support close by, it's time to run towards the next defensible position. Exactly like this one. Unfortunately, both RTs still seem to show a particular interest in our hero. Another ambush catches 2 enemy TDs off guard. Out of the blue, an oh-ho! The Japanese heavy closes the distance and takes away the remaining HP buffer. Still with a 3-tank lead and a minute and a half remaining, this game seems to be in the bag. Especially with those persistent arties now finally in sight. There you are, Scorpion. The last remaining TD is swiftly dispatched and all it takes now is finding the last arty. There! Gun depression, come on! Oh no! It's the arty that gets the last laugh! P-Tank is done for! And with none of the friendly TDs close enough, it gets away, turning a sure win into a draw. What a heartbreak! Petang 24 Czech fought valiantly up until the bitter end, dealing 5,936 damage as well as 3,400 assistance. Should have secured a win, but it was not to be. Fortunately, we think such an attempt should be credited, which is why this replay made it on our list. Congratulations! Heading up towards the Great Wall, it's Delaro in a cheesy-looking STRV 103. Definitely not as perfect a tank for this map as we've seen last week. Still, no reason not to go all in. While not taking advantage of the double bush in this case can be called a mistake, the enemies are still unable to see the stealthy Swedish TD. Nor can they make a successful blind shot for that matter, until a careless shot reveals the position, followed by a hailstorm of shells. With no allies remaining and enemies closing in from both sides, Delaro is forced into a desperate last stand. Until an unlikely hero shows up. Enter ZooM101 in the WZ132A, a random teammate who arrives just in the nick of time. A competent teammate? Impossible, I hear you say. However, you'd be wrong as this random platoon mate takes out the last remaining tank on the southern flank with ease. Wary of incoming backup, Zoo bravely crests the hill to the utter amazement of this Su-103PM. In a one-on-one brawl, the TD stands no chance against a nimble light tank. And with Delaro locked in a fierce fight against an advancing Conqueror, Zoom delays the Scorpion just enough to thwart both threads' effort on closing in on our TD. Trapped between a rock and a hard place, the Scorpion panics, becoming easy prey. All that remains now is to hunt down the two RTs, a tricky task for two low HP tanks. A lovely direction change catches out the Su-14. However, the 212A proves to be more difficult, missing our WZ by an inch before finally going down to end the game. GG. What a game by two random people. This kind of teamwork is what the game is all about. Delaro dealt 8,446 and Zoo M101 another 3,000, each of them earning a Top Gun as well. Definitely a worthy feature on the show. And here's where you step in. Vote for your favorite replay of the week by pressing the I in the corner. Will it be Petang 24 Czech with that heartbreak of a draw? Or Delaro and Zoo M101, the unlikely platoon on Great Wall? And of course, last week's winner as voted by you was... Kuba 8-Pole, the mighty Centurion 5-1 who withstood everything the enemy could throw at them. Congratulations! I'm Luke Kneller, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.